What's going on, everybody? Got the crazy dog back for another video. Got the Titans coming up this week. Hopefully it'll be a good game. I hope we can get the win. Of course, wanted to give a quick shout out to really the only Titans fan video maker that I know that's in the TTC, and that is Kev's Point of View. I saw your video. The intro made me laugh. Honestly, it's kind of funny seeing how people try to roast my team. But you know what? Your team has taken the L to my team the last 2 years. And in 2014, when it was in your place, Brian Hoyer made the biggest comeback by a visiting team in NFL history. I think it's what it was. All I know is we beat you guys 29-28. And I think we were losing, 28-7, 28-3 or something like that. And you let us come back and beat you 29-28 in your building. Wow. Now, looking at the Titans this year, they are a pretty good team. Marcus Mariota looking good. He's on my fantasy team, putting up numbers. Got me 30 points last week. They don't have Dorial Green-Beckham. Obviously, he's now in Philadelphia. But they got Kendall Wright, who's still a baller. They got DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry in the backfield. The offensive line's pretty good, Now the best matchup will be Jack Conklin possibly going against Emmanuel Ogbah. It depends on which side they line him up on. Emmanuel Ogbah is like 6 foot something. He's freaking huge. Got long arms. Freaking bat down passes. I swear, every time he goes to bat down a pass, I think he's going to catch it and he's going to start running with it. Then you got Mega Man, a.k.a. Carl Nassib. And I'm calling him Mega Man because he has a club on his I think it's his right hand. And he literally looks like he's Mega Man. I swear, Carl Nassib and Jason Pierre-Paul should team up and be Mega Men. Because they both look like casts on their hands. Look like clubs. And sock someone right in the face with it and knock them out. Now, looking at the strengths of the Titans compared to our team, their strength is definitely the running game. DeMarco Murray looked like trash last year. He's trying to make up for it. I think he can do that. The key for the Browns is to stop him. And they've done a pretty good job at stopping the run pretty much the last few weeks. I mean, they didn't really let Matt Jones get too many yards. LeGarrette Blount did get a few big gains, but not too many. Nothing to really worry about. Justin Forsett didn't do too much. Heck, he's now in Detroit. Same thing, Terrence West didn't do too much against us. Ryan Matthews didn't do anything against us either. Darren Sproles did have some pretty big gains, but that was catching the ball out of the backfield. The only way I see any running back getting a big gain against us is going around the edge, because apparently the Browns forgot how to set the edge on a run. Running straight through the middle, yeah, you're running into a brick wall, because Danny Shelton, Jamie Meter, Xavier Cooper, Carl Nassib, Christian Kirksey, Joe Schobert, yeah, they're all going to be there waiting for you. And I expect Carl Nassib to have a good game this week. Didn't really play too much last week because he's coming off an injury. This week, I think he can have a good game. Maybe he can get after Mariota a few times. Put him on the ground. But that's the one thing that's really killed us. Quarterback pressure. We have not gotten after the quarterback at all these past few weeks. I think we only got after Kirk Cousins once or twice. We never even touched Brady. There was one time when someone barely got a hand on him and it made him trip, but we never really sacked him. The most I think we've gotten after a quarterback was after Ryan Tannehill. And we all know how good the Dolphins are. They're trash, just like us. Now, looking at the Titans' defense, You know, Kev said they have a top 10 defense. The front seven's pretty good. They're trying to get better, but I think Isaiah Crowell has a good game. Some injury news. Joel Bitonio got a foot injury last week. Played right through it. That takes a lot of balls to play through a foot injury, especially being a lineman. You're always setting on that. I don't know which foot it was, but he's always on his feet. And the fact that he was able to hold his own with an injured foot, I like that. Now that explains why we signed Jonathan Cooper for waivers. And here I thought they were going to put him in place of Bailey. Nope, they're going to put Cooper where Bitonio was. So now we're going to have Joe Thomas and Jonathan Cooper possibly on the same side. So that left side's still going to be solid, at least. Greco will be our center, at least until Irving comes back, if he doesn't come back this week. And then Alvin Bailey, and Austin Pastor will be our right side tackle and guard. So the only way I see our offense really doing anything is if we get that running game going. And I think Isaiah Crowell could have a big game this week if he finds a hole. If he finds a hole, he bursts through that thing and he's gone. He'll get like 10, 20 yards. Maybe he'll even score. I think Gary Barnidge can have a good game. Terrell Pryor really wasn't utilized too much last week as our offense tried to get the running game going. And they really couldn't get the running game going, so they were all over the pass. And they didn't really use Terrell Pryor too much. But I think they'll be using him a lot. It's always fun watching Terrell Pryor, who's like 6'4", 6'5", going against small 5'11" corners. He just victimizes them, makes them look stupid. I mean, he was doing good things against Josh Norman until we decided to totally abandon him and not even use him really anymore. Whatever. But now quarterback-wise, it's honestly either going to be Cody Kessler or Josh McCown starting this week. So, really, Cody Kessler's looked good. He's only made a few mistakes. Typical rookie mistakes. Throwing the ball where it's not supposed to be. Not getting rid of the ball is his biggest problem. Like, he's standing in the pocket for like 3, 4, 5 seconds with the pocket closing around him. He doesn't get rid of the ball. He just stands there looking like a statue. And honestly, he's got to work on that. Josh McCown, the dude can't do game-winning drives. He's the total opposite of Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer can always do game-winning drives. I think he had 2 in 2014. Maybe more than that. I don't know. But, yeah. I think he even had 3. I don't know. But he had quite a few. And, of course, Josh McCown almost had one against the Raiders, and it was intercepted. And he almost had one week 2, and it was intercepted. He cannot do game-winning drives. But anyways, my prediction for this game, well, first I'm going to do the 3 keys to a victory for the Browns. And those 3 keys are going to be the same as they always are. 1, get after Marcus Mariota. We got to get after him. Last year we got 7 sacks on this dude. I think we can do it. I hope. My second key, get that freaking running game going. Utilize Crowell. Utilize Duke Johnson in like screen passes and stuff. Maybe we'll even see some trick plays. Especially if Cody Kessler's starting. And my third key to a victory, just freaking score touchdowns. I don't want to see these field goals. Although Cody Parkey has looked pretty good since his 3 mishaps against the Dolphins. But yeah, I really have no hate towards the Titans. Should be a good game. Hopefully the Browns can come away with their first win of the year. Maybe that'll build some momentum. I don't know. But it'll just be good to get that first win. Especially for Hugh Jackson, who has not won a game as a head coach since 2011. Wow. But anyways, I'm Crazy Dog. Go Browns. Hope we can get this win against the Titans. And move on to the Bengals next week. So, I'm Crazy Dog. Go Browns. I'm out.